What's up, guys? Thanks for tuning in again. It's probably one of the first times you've seen my face. But anyways, just wanted to make a short little video of some stuff that's kind of weighing on my mind. And I thought, being that there are a lot of people out there really interested in the Kove, and they are really pushing this bike out there now. It's available. Anybody can get one. It's really inexpensive. And so they're flooding the market with them. And, based off of a lot of our early adopters' first impressions. And, so first of all, let me say that anything that I'm saying, I am not trying to slander or try to talk crap about Kove or GPX Moto or anybody involved in it whatsoever. I am solely talking about it from the perspective of a consumer and somebody who's going to go out and spend their hard-earned money on a motorcycle. So for a little bit of context, I sold off literally a fleet of bikes in the last year. Moved to Arizona 2 years ago, and the economy compared to Chicago is pretty tough. So unfortunately, over the course of the last year, I've had to sell off 5 bikes. And these were 5 of my prized possession bikes that I had dumped thousands and thousands. I mean, between the 5 bikes, I probably had over $100,000 in the 5 bikes. But nonetheless, I had narrowed it down to the Kove. I thought, here it is. Here is the bike that's going to answer all my prayers and my wants. I had always been a dirt biker who tried to make my dirt bike into an adventure bike with a big gas tank, some kind of homemade windshield with a tower, and I would plate it a lot of times out of South Dakota, because in Illinois, you can't plate dirt bikes. So South Dakota was the way to go. And I rode these bikes all across the country with no issues. And, fulfilled a dream of mine 2 years ago by moving out to Arizona, where I'm able to ride from my garage to epic locations within 15, 20, 30 minutes. I can be on a mountaintop. And so it's been an amazing dream come true. But there hasn't been without its share of struggles, to say the least. And so, again, like a lot of times in my life, dirt biking has been an escape. And so I knew that at this point I couldn't be selfish and have 5 bikes: KTMs, Christinis, Yamahas, Hondas. I needed to find the one bike that fit me perfectly. So that was the Kove. When the Kove came along, I thought, amazing. I got it. Initially, I was a little underwhelmed by the power. Wasn't used to the size, but here we are 6 months later, and I love this bike. It's my favorite bike that I've ever had. The 300 KTM and the 500 KTM are amazing bikes, but for all around adventuring and getting into some gnarly stuff and being comfortable on the road when I have to do those stints, the Kove fit the bill. But so let me get to my point. I'm happy with the Kove, but I modify my bikes, which means I wrench on them. I change it out. I fit it for me. I make it my own. So that means I'm turning these bolts and I'm taking stuff off and putting it back on. And so, in a sense, I'm stressing these bolts and these fasteners out much quicker than most people would. And so I have never had to worry about, in 30 years of working on at least 50 plus off-road, mostly Japanese dirt bikes and motorcycles, I've never had to worry about stripping out these pieces. I haven't used a torque wrench except for on critical components like engine parts, suspension, but like an axle bolt or a filler plug, My wrist has been damn accurate, like 99.9% of the time I have been able to put fasteners on without stripping them out or snapping them. But then I get to the Kove, and I'm gonna roll in some pictures now of the different parts that have started to get on my nerves a little bit. So currently my bike's down and it's the weekend. So that is the point for this rant right now, because here I am, I want to go out, but something stupid happened and my axle block stripped out. Let me insert a little video here. Just want to do some simple maintenance on the bike. I'm gonna go back from the 51 to a 50 tooth, put a new chain on there, and put a new better chain slider, because as you can see, that one is almost chewed all the way through. I only got like 2,000 miles on the bike. But more pressingly, and what in the F, I'm getting so pissed. Look at this chain block. Does that look a little odd to you? I'm just loosening the nut on the other side, and I felt like it was stripped and slipping. And I come around to the other side here, and that axle is slipping in the chain block. Again, the cheapness of some of the metal on this bike is starting to really turn me off. So yeah, that's been pretty annoying. So you might remember or seen me post recently in the Kove Facebook group about the oil fill plug. And that occurred when I was out on a ride and noticed that it was leaking a little bit, and just pulled out my toolkit and tightened it up, and that top just popped off like a piece of putty. So that's been annoying. Then there is the nagging oil leak from the side of my motor. That's annoying and messy. And I reached out to Kove USA, and apparently it was my fault. I'm over torquing. I'm overfilling with oil. But then you look at the group, and you have a dozen other people say that their engines are also coated with dirt and oil coming from the head gasket. So that's something that needs to be addressed by Kove. Kove USA I ordered it. I don't think they're sending it to me for free. I brought it to their attention. I'm getting another axle block, but the design is horrible. The metal is putty. And I'm going to be fair here, and I'm going to be perfectly honest. I think I put some blue Loctite. I can't find any remnants of it. I don't know what else the F would have happened. Why that axle nut wouldn't come off. But I think maybe I put some blue Loctite. I sure as heck did not put red Loctite on there. I think I put some blue Loctite on there, and just the surface area and whatnot made that axle nut stick on there like super glue. I'm thinking. That's the only thing I can come up with. Because I sure as heck didn't get out the 6-foot bar to tighten that mother down. You know, I just used my normal thing, my normal torquing with my torque wrench right here, and I wouldn't have expected that when I went to loosen it up that it would have bent like that. But if you look at the design again real quick, look at how there's only 3 millimeters of material on that axle block, that comes in contact with the end of that axle. So it's not much material. And that aluminum is not hard. It's soft. And that axle cut a groove out of the axle block and bent it slightly. So I still love the Kove. I'm going to keep the Kove. I'm going to improve the Kove, and I'm hoping people will come along and make some CNC axle blocks. I'm going to be more careful with tightening stuff, keep it not as tight. Turn down the torque on my guns over here. But what's funny about the whole situation is that every single fastener on the bike, on the initial loosen, was way over torqued. Like, you could barely get it off. So my hypothesis, if I could dare to have one, and again, I'm not trying to talk crap about Kove, but my hypothesis is, being that I work on bikes more often and that I'm taking on and off the exhaust clamp numerous times, that's why that failed. I'm on my third clamp on my fourth oil change because those clamps, again, the metal is crap, and I've had to buy new ones, and the second one didn't work either, and so now I've gone and gotten my own that looks to be better quality by hopefully some US made metal. Maybe it looks like it's gonna do better than those stock ones, but again, because I'm taking off the stuff so often here right off the bat, hopefully you guys who wait until you're at 5,000 miles on the bike and that metal has been heated over and over again and cooled and heated and stressed, and when you go to try to take it off, that shit's gonna be brittle, is my guess. But I could be wrong. I just want everybody to understand that maybe you're all out there thinking I'm an idiot and that I don't know how to tighten stuff and that I am learning how to work on my bike with the Kove. But it's far from the truth, and I just think that other people out there should know to not tighten stuff down on the bike so much. I think is the lesson to be learned from my idiot mistakes. But yeah, I'm a little frustrated with the Kove. I think that they should address that oil leak on the engine, or at least come out with a video with like an easy fix with some silicone or something. Not leave it all up to us to figure it out, or ignore it and not say anything. So anyways, guys, I am going to improve the quality of my videos because the audio has sucked, and I apologize for that. But more is to come, more riding videos. I'm going to venture down to the border wall some more, see if we can see what's going on down there. We're going to be going moto camping with my buddy Brian here soon. And yeah, man, there's going to be some awesome adventures here to come on the Kove. So let's see if this bike lasts. Let's get it out there. But if you didn't see it, check out dude's video where his fuel pump stopped getting power and he had to hook it up to his horn and then zip tie the horn on so that he could get out of the woods. So that doesn't really give me much confidence either, other than that's the only one I've seen. But at least now I know how to do it if it happens to me. And that's what this is all about. It's about showing you, what to look out for, and hopefully it won't happen to you. So thanks for watching. See you guys soon.